Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. We have many things here in front of us. We have some LED lights. We have battery wraps and protectors for 18650 cells. We have 18650 cells that came out of my old e-bike battery. They're still good. What I'm using in my orange bike for the front light is this right here. It's got 650s in it, and it takes up a lot of room. I got it because it has the USB charging, but if I go somewhere where I said, well, if I need to charge my camera, I could do it. But if I'm going to go somewhere I'm going to have my backpack, I could put this one in there. It does the same thing, and this is 8.4 volts, and this one's 12 volts. What I'm wanting is to make some simple 18650 12 volt packs and then test them to see how long it'll burn all four of these lights. Now I also got, what I want is a standalone, because the other one I got on my orange bike, I have to charge the back unit, the little remote up there, the battery goes on it, I'm constantly changing it, and some of the times it's my dumb ass leaving it on. I just want a steady on-off button for lights. And around here, you got to be very careful if you're riding at night, which this is kind of what this is for, because the weather's getting pretty nice to ride now. It's not extremely killer hot, and it's kind of cool today. They make these flash modules that you can make it flash straight on or whatever. We're going to be putting them on it, and this is going on the bike I just painted and everything. It's got the new engine in it and all that. These are BMS's, battery management systems. We're going to go over that. You got to have that with these particular cells because they're pretty dangerous. So, and here, let me go ahead and show you. If you're going to have an e-bike, you're going to have to realize that you're going to have to deal with this particular problem. And that's the reason I'm trying to get rid of these batteries as fast as I can. And I'm going to reclaim the copper in them because they're full of copper. But yeah, they're not a joke. And whenever you have like 90 to 120 of these in your bike, they're potentially dangerous too. And every one of these batteries tested 0 voltage before I cut them in half. And that's the thing. Sometimes you don't know. They might be a sleeping snake or a snake playing dead. But every one of them tested 0 voltage, and I started cutting. Not all of them did that, but some of them did do it. We got our spot welder here. We're going to spot weld them. We're going to put them on here. We're going to put a pigtail on here. The beautiful thing with this is it'll keep your batteries healthy, and you'll be able to charge them by having a plug on that and charge them. It'll prevent them from overcharging or over discharging, and if you discharge it too much, it just shuts it off. It doesn't ruin the battery. We got some lumens here, we got some connectors, some wire. But what we're going to do right now, and then we got some shrink tube to shrink the whole pack together. We're going to make small packs because these things here take up so much room in my little bag back there. I really don't have any room for tools. And this battery is going to be literally that flat and that big. I want to see how long it can burn these 4 lights with flashers on them. So we got a lot to do, so let's get to doing it. Okay, we're going to start off with this thing. We are putting the sleeves and the protective end pieces on the batteries. I took all the old ones off because they were cut, scratched, what have you. So we're putting new ones on, and we're putting double ones on for protection. These things do light up, so that's them there. Everything was bought off of Amazon.
and it's very inexpensive. I don't suggest doing this. This is what I'm doing, so that's all this video is for. And I'm wanting to put some good lights on there. So I'm trying my battery spot welder, and it did work for some reason, so I'm resorted to soldering the nickel strips on, which that's fine. Now these are the BMSs, the battery management systems. They prevent your batteries from over discharging or overcharging them, and it balances the cells. Now that's a configuration that you'll put the 3 batteries in. Now this is what they call a 3S, 3 in series. Now if I needed to, I could put another 3 alongside of it, and then that would be what they call a 3S2P, 3 in series, 2 in parallel. So it just doubles your capacity, is all it does. But I'm putting everything together, and I test it, the output voltage on it and everything, and I get it all done and what have you, and I'm not getting no voltage out of it. And something in the back of my mind's telling me, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, and there's, you did something wrong, or you really didn't do anything wrong. It's just something you have to do to get the BMS to activate on the batteries. So, thinking, and then I remember they won't put out any voltage until you put them on a charger and charge them, even though the batteries are full. That's what activates the BMS. So keep that in the back of your mind if you ever mess with anything like this. So I'm switching boards, but now I'm heat shrinking them, and that's the bigger heat shrink to shrink over them. And I shrinked over them about 4 or 5 times, and just to protect them. And now I'm charging them up, and lo and behold, it hit, and now I've got power on my pack. Now this is the front light. They're 8 inches long, 30 LEDs, and that's a backlight. They're identical, only red. And these are the flash modules, and all this stuff is like dirt cheap. Not dirt cheap, but they're jelly bean parts. They're very inexpensive. Now that's a switch. I want a system where I just hit the switch. I don't, like I said, the other remote up front on the bike, on the orange bike, it goes bad. You have to put another coin battery in it and everything else. So now we got this going. We're taking it off strobe because strobe is horrible. I was so disoriented there trying to get it done.
That is ridiculous. And it's putting out light, but I'm not going to have the front flashing like that. And I can't even see in here. So we're doing a longevity test here on the battery. So let's go to a different mode. And let's just go on, because that's some kind of, I think this is just on. Yeah, that's just on. So let's see how long they last.
So this is going to be 2 hours to see whether they dim or not, and unfortunately 2 hours you listen to me talk, and I figure 2 hours is good, because if I'm gonna ride someplace where I got to go back, I'm not going to be riding 2 hours to get to it. I'm not like some people that claim that they put 8,000 miles on their motorized bike in a week. I'm not that person. I get caught sometimes, and the weather's getting good, and I wouldn't mind riding around at night. This bike will be pulling that trailer, or will have the ability to pull it, and I want to build 3 more packs, and I want to do all 3 bikes. A Twisted Tea bike. Twisted Tea did see it, and they just loved it, so you never know, you might see it on a can. But the 2 bikes I am going to, and I want to put lights on the trailer. Because getting out at night around here, I mean, and it's not, the people are so enthralled with these cell phones that they're not paying attention. And I don't need to be run over, I really don't. And, but we're just sitting here waiting and see if this thing dims any in about, it was about 2.5 hours. Because I went in there and fed the dogs and me and what have you, and they never dimmed. And they're extremely bright. They light up the whole shop. This will be good light on the road. People will see you. They're going to be a little bit of a bear to put on. I'm going to use rivet nuts, and 2 of them will be on the front forks, and 2 of them will be on the back of the frame, the red ones, naturally. But like I said, I just want one switch to just hit and go, and then pull the battery pack out, charge it, put it back in and go. So a very robust system, and we're testing it right now, make sure everything's going to work. So we're going to go ahead and get them on the bike now and see exactly how they're going to work. All right.
Okay, it's been a couple hours, and I don't plan on doing 2 hours worth of riding at night. These 2 will be on the front, so, and they'll be spread out a little bit. That's pretty good light right there. And these 2 will be on the back, which, and like I said, the strobe thing, I don't know. That's like crazy. And it's like disorienting as hell just looking at it. I'm getting dizzy looking at it. Yeah, that's like stupid. You'd never do that. Oh, wow. And then that. And then this is like a speed button right here. I don't know, maybe something like that, huh? But anyway, all this stuff is cheap. It's not expensive. So 3 18650s R25s has run this thing 2 hours. I'll never be at night 2 hours anywhere. So nice small pack. I need to make 2 more. I will never put you through that kind of anguish that you saw on the first one, but they actually do work. So that's all we got to say about that. That's like ridiculous. And that's 2 hours from that little battery. I'm going to go turn the power back on. And you see that kickstand right there? And that one right there, that's a beautiful, those are beautiful kickstands. They work really well. They're not that expensive. They're like 20 bucks. And I didn't even have one now on that one. And that one made its debut with Twisted Tea, the actual representative that came to our plant. They buy sugar from us. They got to sit on it and everything else, and they loved it. So you might see the bike on a can, who knows? So that's pretty cool. But other than that, the battery looks like it did good. So that's it for this evening.